Hey everyone, Ronnie Petito with Petito's Performance Training Center, and today we're going to be talking about how to define the pec muscles, or more importantly, the outside part of the chest. I know I have a little chest, my pecs aren't huge, but I get that little bit of definition on the outer side. How do we do it? Well, as we know, in order to grow the muscle to its biggest and best ability and to get the most out of your workouts, you have to produce and overproduce stimulus, new stimulus to that muscle. In order to do that, to produce the most tension, the most force, we need to stretch out that muscle. We need to stretch out the origin and the insertion to that muscle. So what I mean by that, here, you know what? I want to give everybody a little bit more in-depth look at what I'm talking about. So, the origin of your pec muscle is right about in this area, connected to your arm, right into the bicep, where bicep tendon area is. Goes all the way through and connects right in here, all right? So what we need to do is we need to expand that the best we can while still doing the movement correctly and controlling the lift, because in order to produce the stimulus and the tension and the force, we still have to be targeting the correct muscles. If not, it's not going to do us any good, because let's say we're doing something with a chest fly or something like that, and we're way up here above our shoulders and by our ears doing it, we're going to be working our shoulders. We're not going to be working our chest. We're trying to produce the most muscle and the most force to this area of the chest right here. So how do we do that? All right, so for instance, how do we expand that origin insertion? So on dips, a lot of people when they get on dips, they'll start here, notice my rounded shoulders, and they'll kind of half-ass the reps. What I mean by that is we'll come up and we got them here. Even if they come all the way up, okay, we're leaning forward, not a lot of shoulder separation. Remember, we need the origin to separate and stretch from the insertion. If my shoulders are rounded, is that stretching out my chest? No. What I need to focus on is pushing my shoulders back and apart from each other, spreading out the origin and the insertion. So, I'm going to get up here. It's hard to get into that position, so we're going to start up at the top. We're going to spread the shoulders, sit them back like they're supposed to, and then do the dip. Notice how much more tension at the top part, right in the pec area. I don't know if anybody can see, it's weird lighting in here, but I know that it's a lot hard for me, especially down here. I feel it all throughout the pecs. Whew. Stretching out that shoulder. Now notice, on the way down, they're still stretched out away from each other. I'm not bent over, I'm not in this position, hunched shoulders, okay? Because I'm working on, dips is for the triceps. They're a tricep exercise, but we can expand the chest because we are also working the chest, especially at that bottom part of the exercise when we first push. We got this working the whole time. See that? See the outer pecs working as I'm pushing down right here without even doing any force. You know, I'm not doing a dip or nothing. I'm just pushing down and watch my pecs flex and push my chest in to show that chest definition. That's what we're looking for, right? So now let's just say, for all purposes, we'll go ahead and do an incline bench. And here we go. So let's move this back. Make sure everybody can see me. One-man crew today, so let's see how this goes. Now, what I want to focus on, once again, even on an incline bench, what I want to focus on is expanding. So a lot of people will just come here and go straight up, right? That's okay. We want to work on control and balance. Sure, you don't want the weights moving all over the place, but we should be focusing on bringing our elbows a little bit apart from each other as we go down. Once again, expanding our origin and insertion of the muscle, right? We're stretching that muscle. So instead of just coming up and down, we're going to come down. Once again, nice and controlled, away from the chest, just slightly. Notice I'm not going way out here. I'm not moving my arms. I'm moving my elbows. My arms are not going away from my body, okay? Because that's what's going to happen. You'll fall with it. We don't want that. We're just moving the elbows and then bringing them back to where they start. They're starting here. Moving away from the body slowly as we go down here. And notice, I'm going to not really pause too long, but for like a half a second because I'm going slow. I want to get that full extension and then push. Full extension and then push. We really want to separate the elbows to get the most stretch there. Now, We can even do this in push-ups. But once again, that mind to muscle control is so key. When we're doing the push-ups, you guys probably cannot see me here, but when we're doing the push-ups, we need to expand the elbows away from each other and then contract them. Expand away and then contract them. Okay? What I mean by contract them is contract your chest on the way up, because you're expanding the elbows this way, focusing on stretching that chest out, and then bringing it back to the starting point. Have to really use that mind-muscle connection and really stretch the origin of the muscle away from the insertion of the muscle to produce the most force and the most stimulus. And then we can get that little bit of definition. Yeah, like I said, my chest isn't huge, but it's nice to start getting that definition. It's nice to really know that your workouts are doing something for you. So try this out. Really focus here. It's not about the weight. It's about how you work your muscles. So use that in your training. Let me know how it goes. If you have any questions on what I showed you, please comment me, direct message me, doesn't matter. I'll answer you right away. If you have any fitness videos for the future, leave that. Sorry I didn't do a live Q&A this past weekend. I told everybody I was going to do it, but I had family in town, so I had to spend some family time. So I will be doing a live Q&A next weekend for anybody who has fitness questions for that as well. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do now. My name's Ronnie Petito with Petito's Performance Training Center. Until next time.